afternoon, wonderful viewers. This is another edition of our weekly program, which is the Business Show. So here is our guest. We will give him a chance to formally introduce himself. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much, madam. My name is Musa Fati, CEO, DG Construction and Real Estate, and also double as the manager of Dynamic Gambia Online TV.
Okay, Mr. Fati. So, what are you going to tell us about business when it comes to business? What is business literally?
Business is something that it requires attention of an entrepreneur to get into something that you have end results. You don't just jump up and do something. You just get up, make your analysis, make a market survey before you get into it. You know that the more you get into it, you can have your headway. That's what they call it in business. You make a survey of the environment that you want to operate. What kind of business do you want to do? What is the market share you can have it? Once you make a survey and you realize what is true for you, good for you, then you go for it. Yes. So for me, I see this current business as an avenue for me that I believe I can make a headway. That's why I get into it in 2022. And since then, it has been positive for me, which is the construction and real estate businesses. It has only been a success story from day one up to where I am right now. Yep.
Okay, so what motivated you to start a real estate company? Since people have so many investors in this country are into real estate, and then what really motivated you to start up this business?
Well, first and foremost, what really motivated me to do business is I also want to be an employment creator, not only as employment seeker. I've been working for the past 18 years as an employee with different people, different companies across this country. So I thought it wise to become my own entrepreneur and also become an employment creator so that I can also employ others. There are a lot of Gambians sitting outside. They need job. So if everyone is an employee, then there'll be less jobs. There are job seekers in the street. So that is why I thought it wise to become an employer so that I can employ others. And thank God, since inception to date, I think I have employed about close to 20 staff altogether. Yes.
Oh, that is a very good thing, and that is a good idea that you had. Okay, the next question will be Mr. Fati. What inspired you to start up a real estate business?
Well, I think if you want to have more answers, but I have already given one, which is I want to become an employment creator, not only employment seeker. And the other thing is I want to bring a legacy. That's one of the most important things. I want to bring a legacy. I want to leave my name on the wall. You know, I'm a young entrepreneur. I have a responsibility to manage. I have a family to manage. So I want my family tomorrow to be well off. Well off in the sense that I don't want them to depend on people. Every employer has a target. One of my goal, my principal target is to leave my name on the wall and also to create a future for my family. I want my family, my kids, to have a better future. That is, if I become a successful entrepreneur and then become successful in business, where the business goes to a higher height. Of course, currently my kids are going to school. By the time they finish, some of them can be here. And I'm also trying to put in place a succession plan for my kids in the nearest future.
Okay, the next question will be Mr. Fati. What really motivated you to start a real estate business? Of all the businesses, businesses are so much, so you chose real estate. So tell us why.
Thank you very much. I think this question is very, very important, and I think I'm going to answer it with a genuine answer. The reasons are enormous, but I will stick to two things. Number one, we all know there are a lot of real estate business in the country. There are a lot of construction companies in the country, but one of the reasons why I come on is to make a headway. To make a headway in industry. Number two is the industry is not sanitized. I want to sanitize it. I want to make a difference. We have a lot of construction companies, but what are we doing? There's a difference between what we are doing and to compare to others. For example, our construction method. We are the only construction company that does mortgage payment. We are aligned mortgage payment. Where as you build, you come on board and do it. Of course, but as a young industry, we want to do something that can attract Gambians both here and outside. That's our reasons. When it comes to real estate, we see there are a lot of trouble. If you go to our court, 99% of all our court proceedings are lands problems. So we want to make a difference in that. We have our purchasing process is very clear. Before we purchase any land, we make a site survey in the absence of the seller. We go behind the seller and ask neighbors about a particular land. So perhaps the owner of the land might hide some information to us, but when it goes to neighbors in his absence here, they will give us those information. And that is really helping us. That is why all our plots are clean. Wherever we get into, we had a clean record there. So you see, one of the reasons again why we get into real estate is to make sure we clean the industry. Recently, government has put a very strong mechanism trying to control real estate. So in doing so, we have to put our house in order in order to escape that penalty that government is putting aside. So you see, that's the reason why we did it.
Okay, going back to what you said, you made mention of you want to sanitize the industry. So can you please go deep and tell us what do you mean by sanitize the industry?
When I say I want to sanitize, we want to sanitize industry simply means we want to avoid going to court on land issues. None of our, we don't want to go to court with any of our customer, and we don't want any customer to buy land from us and the next minute we are dragged to court. So we want to clean that. And you go to court right now, most of the real estates are in court with their customers. Either they took the land from the landowner, sell it to customers without paying the owner, and the owner will now go back and take the land without the notice of the customer of the real estate guy. So that is a lot of problem. So since we started, we don't experience that problem for now. And we don't hope to experience it, because the way we are going, we are in a right trajectory, and we want to maintain that trajectory. We definitely want to maintain that trajectory. No matter what, I'd rather sit down without land than to purchase a land and put myself in mess. So that is why I said we want to sanitize industry. And I got it quite to say we're doing that right now. With DG Construction Real Estate, we are sanitizing the industry. The way we purchase and the way we sell to customers is a proper way of sanitizing the industry. If every real estate is doing that, I'm telling you, the number of court cases on lands will very, very reduce in the courts. Yes.
Okay, going back to what you said, you made mention of you are the only company that makes mortgage payment when it comes to construction.
Yes.
So first of all, can you please tell us what is mortgage for our viewers, for those of them who doesn't understand the word mortgage? Maybe it is a business term. For me personally, I don't understand what is mortgage for, honestly. So can you please tell us what is mortgage?
What I'm trying to say by mortgage payment of different directions, we target even the layman on the street, the pizza seller in the market, the okra seller, the bitter potato tomato seller in the market. We target everybody. So you can see the differences. Somebody's taking at the higher industry. We are looking at the low level, grassroots individuals. So not everybody earns bigger. So if you want to focus on the bigger earning, you may have a mistake for us as a young industry. We are not big companies, so we have to cut them young. You know, if you go to military barracks, they say cut them young policies. That's the banks, I mean. The banks go to military training schools, police training school to cut the recruits for them to open an account. They call it cut them young. Get them when they even know nothing about banking. The banks go there and then have account or open account. So we're also doing a similar thing. The mortgage line there is where somebody selling okra or selling onion cannot pay his house or his or her house, but want to build with us and pay gradually. We accept it. We accept it. We are not looking at the minimum amount that is getting in the market. Instead, we want to make housing affordable for every Gambian. That's one of our motives as a company.
Okay, wonderful viewers. As you all hear, what he said, his company do offer mortgage when it comes to construction and selling lands as well. So please, if you are interested in construction and you are not financially strong, you can contact them. We will later put their numbers on the screen so you can contact them. Okay, Mr. Fati. So the next question basically will go. What are the challenges you encounter when it comes to this business? Because you know everything that you do, you must face challenges. So what are the challenges that you
Yes,
encounter?
okay. Challenges are inevitable. In any business, challenges are inevitable. So one of the key challenges we encounter is when you're purchasing the land, sometimes it takes us a long time because of our rigorous process. It takes us a long time to secure a land. The reason is very simple. I rather delay in securing a land than to rush and secure land. Next minute, I have under 1 or 2 years in court to settle matters, but customers will be in pressure. So the way you purchase land, that's kind of challenges for us. We kind of delay because we don't rush to just buy for the sake of. But even if I have 10 customers on standby, I rather take my time, go through the right process to secure whatever land I want to secure. So in terms of purchasing, sometimes there is a challenge. Of course, when it comes to some customers also, we have some bad experience when it comes to paying, to come forward and pay. Sometimes the mortgage period may exit, but they still delay to bring back money. But again, at the end of the day, we have to understand this is business. Not every time is positive. Sometimes it goes to the other way around. So in the event it happened that way, what you know and advise customer is to get back to the company. Let us know that you have constraints so that you can factor it. But of course, there's a policy available, which is when you have mortgage, we have been mortgaged to us after 3 months without any response, no feedback from you, you are not paying. The company also has every right to resell that land and give you whatever amount you deposit. We give part of it. That's a policy, but we've never implemented that to any customer since inception to now. Since 2022 to date, we've never done it to any customer, and we never wish to apply it to anybody. But however, when there's a delay, we open room for negotiation. We expect the customer to come on board. We discuss, tell us your constraint. Of course, we understand. Business is like that.
Well, viewers, this comes to the end of our program today. I am your host, Janke Kujabi, and here was our guest, Musa Fati. So do join us on next Friday for another program. And do not forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thank you.